This is Valley News Live at 5.
Because of your dumb asses out here and your dumb ass friends, I spent the last hour and a half taking out the school.
West Fargo parents and students are up in arms tonight after explosive audio of a Cheyenne teacher cussing at students has come to light. West Fargo Public Schools says the teacher that was heard in the audio is Jordan Oz. The school district now says that the situation has been dealt with and there will be no investigation. Students say they took the video this morning after he became angry over the class senior prank, which left the cafeteria and some of the school hallways riddled with toilet paper, silly string, and confetti. Tonight at 6, you'll hear more of that audio, as well as an interview with one Cheyenne senior who says he wants the teacher to be held accountable. Many of you reached out to us about this story through our whistleblower hotline. If you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, call us 237-6576 and leave your tip. A West Fargo police officer passed away today while on duty. In a news conference this afternoon, Police Chief Dennis Otterness said an officer suffered a medical emergency. The name of the officer has not yet been released. Officials at the federal courthouse in Fargo are reviewing security procedures after a man took his own life in a courtroom yesterday. The FBI says 55-year-old Jeffrey Ferris used an easily concealable instrument to cut his throat. He was found guilty of reckless endangerment, terrorizing, and use of a firearm in relation to a felony crime of violence. The mandatory minimum sentence was 7 years in federal prison. Ferris was also found not guilty of 8 counts of assault with a dangerous weapon. Court documents say the charges stem from an April 2020 incident on the Turtle Mountain Indian Reservation. A Fargo man was sentenced to 10 years in prison for abusing his 7-week-old daughter. Roger Hellerud pleaded guilty to felony domestic violence, serious bodily injury stemming from an incident in December 2019. He had been watching his daughter at home by himself when her mouth was injured. He initially said a cat jumped into her bassinet, then changed his story to say she fell off the couch. According to court documents, people close to the family reveal Hellerud had threatened before to strangle the baby and handled her in a rough manner. The man who attacked a Valley News Live crew downtown Fargo earlier this month has been charged. Valley News teams Nashay Taylor and Michael Downs were setting up for a live shot when a man got out of his truck and started yelling at them. He then began walking towards them with a screwdriver before stabbing the camera with it. Police later identified the man as the owner of the property, Gary Reinhardt. He's charged with criminal mischief and disorderly conduct. A Fargo business is rebuilding after a massive fire last week and will be relocating in the meantime. Bodyworks Physical Therapy says their new building should be complete by October or November. The fire destroyed an entire strip mall, including Bodyworks and Gigi's Playhouse. Bodyworks will start seeing patients tomorrow at their new temporary location in the Prairie Stone Center on the corner of 45th Street and 17th Avenue South. The University of Jamestown PT program is loaning them equipment until their new items arrive. Firefighters spent the night at a bean processing plant in Park Rapids, Minnesota, where fire caused extensive damage. It started around 8:30 last night at Green Valley Bean along Highway 34. Fire crews were called back out there around 3:45 this morning for another flare-up. No one was hurt, and there's no word yet on a cause. If you're ready for some rain, it is on the way. Hutch can tell us where and when in a little bit, but first, let's find out how this evening looks. Hutch?
Andrea, thanks so much. Good evening, everyone. We do have more cloud cover and more wind as we go through our evening, but still temperatures above average for this time of the year. 77 Fargo. It is 80 in Grand Forks and a hot spot once again in that Roseau area. Lakes Country, low 70s there. The coolest air out toward the Twin Cities, where they do have just a few showers. Wind speeds upwards of 30 to 40 miles per hour where you see the orange colors. Here's the clouds. Blips on the radar screen down south of Grant County and the Alexandria area. I don't think we're going to see any organized rain showers tonight, particularly in the valley and points west, where temperatures will be in the 70s all evening, and it will remain gusty until about sunset. It'll still be breezy into the night hours as temperatures sneak into the 60s, but these clouds are going to linger through the evening hours. Grand Forks, similar temperatures by bedtime tonight. We're talking 60s. The rain chances will really return in earnest tomorrow. We'll have hour-by-hour details on that. We'll tell you when the best chance of rain for your area is, coming up here in just a few moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch. West Fargo police are asking you to keep an eye out for a mountain lion near the Cheyenne River. The large cat was spotted in the area of 26th Avenue East and 1st Street East just before 8:30 this morning. Nearby Freedom Elementary School decided to keep the kids inside for recess for the rest of the day. Police say the mountain lion hasn't shown any aggressive behavior, so they're just letting it go on its way. They urge you to keep an eye on your kids and pets, and if you see the mountain lion, call 911. A Beltrami County deputy and his K-9 are being credited with the capture of 2 wanted men. Last Wednesday, deputies were called to assist with a vehicle pursuit. Officials say the suspect pulled into a business, then ran away and was arrested after K-9 Mac tracked him down. Then on Friday, deputies were called to a pursuit of a stolen vehicle on Irvine Avenue. The vehicle crashed on the side of Lake Julia and the suspect ran away. Officials say K-9 Mac found him and he was later identified as Dwayne Hart. 2 brothers in Jamestown are using their magnet fishing experience in hopes of helping a local family find evidence in the cold case of their son's murder. The Kinsler brothers, Austin and Brandon, are combing the Red River in Wahpeton to help Andrew Sadek's family find answers. The body of 20-year-old Sadek was found in the Red River, not far from where he attended NDSCS in Wahpeton in 2014. An autopsy found Sadek died of a gunshot wound and had no drugs or alcohol in his system. A backpack full of rocks was also tied to Sadek. His mother, Tammy, asked the Jamestown brothers to help. They used 2 1,500-pound pole magnets and a double-sided 3,600-pound magnet. And after a day of searching the river, nothing turned up, but they plan to head out again soon. Turning to our vaccine coverage, Sanford Health is vaccinating 800 kids in the 12 to 15 age group this week. Parents can sign up their kids the same way they would sign up themselves. Walk-in appointments are also available. These children do need consent to receive the vaccine. Sanford believes the appointment numbers are high because parents are eager to get their children vaccinated.
Just became available, so I think there are a number of parents that have been waiting for it, just like they waited to get vaccinated themselves. So I think that's part of it. I think the science is very good behind it.
The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is available again at Sanford. When in the common area, face masks are still required for everyone. If you are vaccinated, you can take off your mask in the patient room. Meanwhile, Grand Forks Public Health is adding a new pop-up vaccination clinic. This one will be at the Home of Economy's parking lot, located at 1508 North Washington Street. You can get a shot on Thursday from 10 in the morning until 2. Walk-ins are welcome, but you can find a link to set an appointment up on our website, valleynewslive.com. The Minnesota Department of Transportation uses the first 2 weeks of every summer to get road projects done, and crews are hard at it, working on many roads in Moorhead. This week, they'll be working on Highway 10 along Center Avenue and Main Avenue. Crews work between 8 at night and 6:30 in the morning, Sunday through Thursday. During this time, be cautious of workers while driving past these areas.
About safety, anytime you see a work zone, there are people, yes, there's heavy equipment, they're in trucks, but there's also people on the work zone in the lane. So when you're driving by, just slowing down so that they stay safe.
Next week's focus is on I-94 and area bridges. Bridge flushing will be done to remove particles and anything bad that comes from the winter months. Also, watch out for lane closures. It's common to see 2 lanes dropping down to 1. For real-time traffic and travel information in Minnesota, use the 511 app. The West Fargo Fire Department is getting new headquarters, and a company was just chosen to design and construct it. At last night's City Commission meeting, EAPC Architects Engineers was chosen to do the project, located at 1201 10th Avenue East. Fire Chief Dan Fuller says out of the 7 proposals, theirs stood out because of their local focus and statewide reputation of building fire stations. The goal is to have it complete by spring of 2023. Still to come, the supersonic project that aims to fly you anywhere in the world in 4 hours. How one company is making that happen next.
A few changes in our weather today, but we remain extremely dry, particularly to the west. As we go through the next several days, we'll have at least a chance of some rain each and every day. I'll highlight all of that coming up. Join us. Weather is next.